Evans Thistle is an 11-year-old Welsh mountain pony, and this is a montage of Thistle helping some little students learn all about riding and handling a pony. Our first student is 2-year-old Lulu. This is Lulu's first time ever being around a pony. Thistle has been taught to stay back when there's a dip in the rope, so she does a good job not getting too close to Lulu. As you can see, Lulu takes 3 steps for every one of Thistle's, so it's a little bit confusing for a pony. Next, Lulu gets to go for a pony ride. Bareback is much easier for a little kid, because they're able to hang on with their legs and support themselves. Lulu's dad is helping her stay sitting upright, but Thistle walks slow and straight and has a nice flat back, so it makes things much easier for Lulu. Like most kids, Lulu started to cry when she first sat on the pony, but look at her now.
Say it again. Say hi, Thistle.
Hi, Thistle.
Lulu had lots of fun, and her parents were very proud of her first pony riding experience. Our next student is Elijah, who just turned 5. Elijah is learning to build his confidence around horses through play. Elijah walks with Thistle, and Thistle pushes a ball, which is a trick that she's learned to do with clicker training. In a lot of different cultures, kids learn through imitation rather than instruction up to the age of 8. Thistle is a very good teacher for this type of work because she remains focused on the activity and doesn't get hyper or distracted. Here Thistle steps on the rope and it gets wrapped around her ankle. But because she's been desensitized to ropes around her feet, she doesn't get scared, and Elijah is able to remove the rope himself. Thistle is so sweet that she even follows Elijah around the round pen at liberty. We want our students to be comfortable with ponies, both on the ground and riding, not more one than the other. However, it's also a principle of ours not to push children. Generally, we tell our students that they must get on their own, and then we'll help them as soon as they're up there. This is 5-year-old Naya, and she's working on seat work on the lunge. Moving your limbs around helps you to find a good solid seat. Now Naya is working on rein aids. Thistle waits patiently while Les shows Naya how to adjust her reins. Naya needs to learn how to pinch the reins together, slide her hands down, and then pull them apart. Les is using Tag Teach to help Naya find the right movements. Here Les helps Naya bring her elbows to her sides and round her lower back to cue Thistle to go backwards. Les pushes Thistle on the chest to help her understand what Naya is asking for. Naya does a good job releasing Thistle at the end. 5-year-old Wyatt is our next student. Wyatt is working with Thistle on a 4/4 yield. Thistle's job is to step her outside foreleg across her inside foreleg, creating a pivot on the hindquarters. Wyatt pushes with his fingertips and stomps his feet. Then he rubs Thistle when she's done a good job. The rub says to Thistle, "Yes, Thistle, that's exactly what I wanted. Good work." Here 6-year-old Simone is doing balance exercises with an imaginary stick. Gina has Simone move the stick in different ways to help Simone find her balance point. The better Simone gets at moving the stick in different ways without moving her seat, the better balance she'll become. Gina has Simone circle the stick forward and backward, kayak with it, pass it behind her back, behind her neck, over her shoulders, and under each leg. When a student does something scary, like having to lift their leg up while riding, it really builds their confidence. It also helps a rider figure out how to hang on without clenching. 7-year-old Rayna is also working on her seat work on the lunge. Rayna has her hands in flying V position on the neck. We call it flying V because one hand is on each side of the neck, so your hands look like the letter V. We also call it the flying V though, because it keeps you from flying forward. First, Rayna does arm circles, swimming backwards. Arm circles help the rider to learn to grow tall. Then Rayna does twists. Twists and touching your heels both help with lateral balance. Touching your heels also helps loosen the hip joint and draw the rider's leg backwards. Here Les shows Rayna that he wants her to lift her leg up a little bit higher on her kickdowns. This challenges her even more and helps to supple the hip joint. Next, Les and Rayna switch directions so that Rayna can find her balance going both ways. Rayna also gets to do a little bit of playing with Thistle on the ground. Rayna runs and Thistle trots after her. Rayna clicks Thistle for trotting and then delivers the treat. Rayna does a good job keeping her hand flat so Thistle can't get her fingers. Ponies are great for kids and adults of all ages because they're unintimidating. Here, 15-year-old Aileen is learning how to cause a pony to trot with her, but she's learning so much more than that. This exercise is really about figuring out how quick horses' reaction times are and being able to stay focused. Aileen learns how to keep Thistle trotting, but asks her to not get too close at the same time. As you can see, Thistle is a very busy pony, but she seems to really enjoy her job.